Hi guys, welcome back to Salt and Light. My name's Kev and I'm building a 47-foot Dudley Dix design catamaran here in Japan. Well, it's starting to get a bit cool here now. Winter has come. It hasn't quite started snowing yet, but it's not far away. Now, in the last video I sort of alluded to getting the soles on the port head, getting that curved wall in so that I could get the decks on, the salon sides on, and also the roof down. And I was trying to get all of that done before the end of the year or by the end of January. The reason I was going to do that was more for my mental attitude, I guess. I just wanted to see that the boat is progressing. And sometimes in boat building, it's a bit of a mind game as well. But after sitting back and thinking about it, it makes more sense that whilst I have good lighting and good access, I'm going to complete or go as far as I can with fitting out the internal parts of the hull. Now, in order to do that, I need to finish off putting that lining and the insulation along that top section of the hulls. So the last week I've been doing that, cutting all of those pieces, and as you can see here, we have the starboard side is all done. Yeah, so now that we've got the starboard side, the insulation and the lining panels have all been glued in. Now, it was exactly the same as the other. It's 2 coats of epoxy on everything, thickened resin into the fillets, into the corners, and then the foam is pushed into that, and then the lining panels are placed on top. So it's exactly the same process as the other lining panels. In the few days after I started editing this video, I was able to get the port side completely glued on, and also able to route out all of the port holes as well. And I was able to get some fairing compound onto the joint as well. And the weather the last couple of days has been really nice, so the fairing has dried off quite nicely, and I was able to get it all sanded off. I just need to get one more coat of fairing onto that joint and get that sanded off, and that'll make the hulls ready to start getting the soles glued down and the internals fitted. The other thing I've done over the last few weeks since the last video is get the forward decks on, so from bulkhead D, which is where the mast sits, forward right through to the bow on the hulls. I've actually got the decks on, so we'll have a look at a bit of that video footage of getting the first bit of decking on. So what we have here is our diesel tank. This is a 460 litre aluminium tank made by Arc Marine in Brisbane, Australia. Into that we've got a Vetus filler adapter. So we've got the filler tube, we have our pick-up tube, and our return line, and also our vent. So you can see here the pickup tube is quite long, so I need to get this in get this in now. Before I get the decks in. As you can see, the frames for the hatches, I've used the frame to frame around, and that way I was able to get a really nice neat fit against the frames. However, I thought I'd made a catastrophic mistake. These frames aren't actually for the hatches in the deck area here. They're actually for the smaller hatches that go into the hulls. And it's just so happens to be the outside size of this frame is 625, and that just happens to be the size that is required exactly to the millimetre of the cutout for the larger hatches. So I dodged a bit of a bullet there. This kit has gone together really well. I'm happy with the way it's gone. In this area here, there was just a little bit of touching up on the stringers just to make this area nice and level. All right, let's see how this goes. I'm by myself, so I'm going to try and get this panel up by myself and get it screwed down. It took quite a lot of pressure to try and get these outside edges to pull down hard against the shear clamp. So I used some flat washers, some good sized flat washers with the screws, just to make sure that the head didn't pull through the plywood. The forepeaks of the bows of the hulls are actually made of 3 layers of 3mm ply bent over the stringers and screwed down to the shear clamp. There's still a bit of shaping to be done on the edges of the decks, but this is how it looks at the moment. Well, that's it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it, and stay tuned as we continue working on fitting out the hulls.